Have you noticed how in silence, the reflection in the mirror sometimes feels like an enemy? You look at yourself and sense that something is missing. It's not just about appearance, it's about worth, self-respect, dignity. How many times have you hidden behind clothes, disguises, and forced smiles because deep down you didn't believe you were enough? This pain is common, but rarely spoken about. The truth is, many live trapped in a fragile self-image, while the weight of comparison and self-criticism slowly consumes every piece of confidence. But there is a different path. What if you could transform your relationship with the mirror? What if, instead of feeling like a prisoner of it, you became addicted to building an appearance that reflects your inner strength? I'm not just talking about aesthetics, but about the discipline, care, and wisdom that shape who you are inside and out. Are you ready to discover how Stoic philosophy can be the key to this change? In this video, you will learn how to gain self-respect, unshakable confidence, and a presence that inspires. Stay until the end, because what you will uncover can change the way you see yourself and the way you are seen forever. Have you ever noticed how often we carry an inner emptiness, not because we lack external things, but because we don't recognize ourselves in the mirror? The silent pain of feeling faded, invisible even to oneself, corrodes little by little. Many seek approval from others but neglect their own gaze. The issue is not just aesthetics, it is existential. If you don't care about your appearance, how do you expect to care about your essence? Just as a well-polished sword reflects the light, your appearance is the visible reflection of your soul. When you abandon yourself, you leave your body like a rusty armor, heavy and without shine. The Stoics understood that external care is not vanity, but discipline. An orderly mind also seeks order in what is seen. The metaphor is clear. Whoever organizes the visible strengthens the invisible. The great Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, were not indifferent to appearance. Although they were not slaves to vanity, they understood that presenting oneself with dignity was also respecting oneself and others. Dressing simply but clean, carrying oneself firmly yet serenely, keeping the body disciplined. All of this was part of a philosophy of life that united the inner and the outer. In practice, this means that every detail matters. It's not about chasing unrealistic standards, but about maintaining order, clarity, and care. If you wake up and organize your posture, your hair, your clothes, you are sending a powerful message. I care about myself. That simple gesture shapes how you face meetings, conversations, and even the silences of the day. The mental benefit is immense. When you see someone in the mirror, worthy of respect, your mind gains strength. Self-confidence rises, not because others applaud, but because you see yourself as someone of value. This small daily ritual creates a shield against external criticism and the weight of inner discouragement. So understand, your appearance is not superficiality, it is symbol. Become addicted to taking care of it, not for the approval of others, but because it reflects your own Stoic wisdom. And remember, if the body is the armor of the soul, the brighter and firmer it is, the stronger you will be to face life. How many times have you felt that your life was out of order, and that very sensation was reflected in the mirror? A tired face, a neglected body, messy clothes, all signs of an overloaded mind. The silent pain of living this way is carrying daily the impression that you are not in control. Appearance in this sense is not only aesthetics, it reveals discipline or the lack of it. Think of appearance as a garden. If you water, prune, and take care of it, it flourishes and radiates harmony. But if you abandon it, weeds grow, beauty fades, and the space becomes heavy to inhabit. Your presence in the world works the same way. Daily care is an exercise in discipline that trains the mind not to give in to chaos. The metaphor is clear. External neglect is the reflection of inner disorder. The Stoics always valued discipline as the foundation of freedom. Epictetus said that no one is truly free if he does not master himself. This logic applied also to how one lived and presented oneself. The discipline of staying clean, firm, and dignified was more than a habit. It was a constant reminder of self-control, of not being a slave to passions or laziness. In modern life, this practice can be simple. Waking up early and taking a cold shower to awaken body and mind, choosing clothes that radiate clarity, not out of luxury, but out of order, keeping an upright posture that symbolizes confidence. These small acts, repeated daily, function as anchors that structure your mentality and prepare you for challenges. The emotional impact is profound. Each time you discipline your appearance, you reinforce the feeling of power over yourself. This generates not only confidence but also serenity, the certainty that even when the world is out of control, there is something you can command. This sensation strengthens your identity and shields you from external opinions. So, understand this. Becoming addicted to taking care of your appearance is, in reality, becoming addicted to discipline. And the more discipline you cultivate in what is visible, the stronger you become in what is invisible. For whoever governs the small details of the body learns to govern the great movements of the soul. Have you noticed how, even before you open your mouth, your appearance already speaks for you? There is a silent pain in feeling that people don't take you seriously, not because you lack value, but because your presence doesn't convey the respect it should. It's as if your voice was silenced before even being heard. This is the challenge, to understand that your appearance is a silent language, and ignoring it is choosing to remain mute in a world that listens first with the eyes. Picture a warrior entering battle. His armor is not only protection, but also a symbol of who he is. If it is shining and well kept, it conveys strength. If it is rusty, it conveys neglect and weakness. The same is true for you in daily life. Your appearance is the armor that communicates your dignity and your inner state. It is not about vanity, but awareness. Every detail of your exterior carries a message that shapes how you are received. The Stoics understood this clearly. Marcus Aurelius, as emperor, knew he could not present himself carelessly before the people or the army. His posture, his serene expression, and his manner of dressing conveyed order and firmness. Stoic wisdom did not separate mind and body. It understood that harmony between them was essential to lead, to inspire, and to live with dignity. In practical terms, think about how your appearance affects meetings, interviews, or even personal encounters. A steady gaze, clean clothing, an upright posture, all these elements speak before words. They create fertile ground for your message to be heard, respected, and valued. When you neglect them, your voice loses strength before it is even spoken. The benefit is clear. By taking care of your appearance as silent language, you build authority and self-confidence. You feel more prepared, more secure, and more respected. That security reflects in your speech, in your decisions, and even in the way you face the invisible challenges of life. It is a cycle that strengthens the mind through the body. So remember, your appearance always speaks, even when you are silent. Become addicted to refining that silent language, because it can open doors that words alone could never open. And know this, when your presence speaks for you, your message arrives before the sound of your voice. Many people live in inner conflict without realizing that it shows in the mirror. The silent pain of feeling lost, confused, or without direction appears in the details. Clothes thrown carelessly, slouched posture, dimmed eyes. This neglect creates a cycle. A disordered mind reflects in appearance, and a neglected appearance reinforces the sense of disorder. The challenge is to break this cycle and understand that outer order and inner order walk hand in hand. Life is like a house. If you leave everything out of place, the environment becomes suffocating. But when you organize, you feel lightness and clarity. Your appearance works the same way. By ordering what is visible, you signal to the mind that it can also organize the invisible. It's a powerful metaphor. A tidy body is like a clean room, an invitation to serenity and focus. The Stoics cultivated simple order. It wasn't about luxury but clarity. Epictetus, even as a slave, maintained a dignified presence. No excess, no neglect. For them, organized appearance was not vanity. It was mental discipline expressed through the body. A man who presents himself with order shows that he governs himself. In practice, this can be applied through small gestures, choosing clothes that reflect clarity, keeping hair and beard neat, treating personal hygiene as a ritual of self-respect. It's not about spending much, but about transmitting a message. My inner self and outer self are aligned. This habit builds a bridge between mental discipline and physical presence. The emotional impact is transformative. When you look in the mirror and see order, your brain interprets direction. Anxiety decreases, confidence rises, and the sense of control over life is reinforced. Small external adjustments awaken great internal changes. It's as if with each detail arranged, the mind breathes more freely. So understand, becoming addicted to your appearance is becoming addicted to order. And the more order you cultivate in what is visible, the more strength you acquire in the invisible. After all, a disciplined mind always begins with a well-kept body. Few people realize the silent pain of living without respect for themselves. It is like carrying an invisible weight, feeling small, inadequate, almost irrelevant. When you neglect yourself, you send that message to the world. And worse, you reinforce within your own mind the idea that you don't deserve to be valued. Neglected appearance is not just about aesthetics, it is a reflection of how you treat yourself. And if you don't respect yourself, why would others? Think of appearance as the mirror of your relationship with yourself. If you treat your body as something of little worth, your mind absorbs that message every single day. But when you take care of yourself, even in the simplest details, you are telling your subconscious, I am important. This shift creates an inner pattern of self-esteem. It is like watering a plant. The more care it receives, the stronger it grows. The Stoics recognized the value of self-respect. Seneca, in his letters, spoke of the importance of living in such a way that each act reflected dignity. It wasn't about luxury nor vanity, it was about honor. To present oneself firmly and soberly was a way to demonstrate respect for oneself, and at the same time teach others to treat you likewise. In daily life, this means paying attention to the basics, choosing clean clothes, keeping an upright posture, lifting your head and looking forward with confidence. These small acts are constant reminders that you deserve to be fully present. By practicing them, you not only earn external respect, but above all restore your inner respect. The emotional benefit is immense. Every time you present yourself with dignity, your mind feels a silent pride. That feeling strengthens your confidence and creates an energy that attracts more respect. When you respect yourself, you teach the world to see you differently. It is a transformation that begins in detail and expands into every area of life. So, become addicted to taking care of your appearance as a sign of self-respect, because in the end, it is not only about how you look, but about how you treat yourself. And when self-respect becomes a habit, no one can diminish your greatness. There is an almost invisible pain in living dominated by neglect. It's as if each morning were a battle lost before it even began. A careless body, disheveled clothes, a weary face. All send the message that you do not govern yourself. And this is the central point. Appearance is not merely aesthetics, it is a training ground for self-mastery. Imagine appearance as a wild horse. If you let it run free, it will carry you wherever it wants. But if you learn to guide it, you turn raw power into direction. The same is true of your presence. Each detail you care for is like holding the reins of your own life. This metaphor shows that external discipline is not vanity, but dominion over yourself. The Stoics practiced precisely this. For them, true freedom meant not being enslaved by passions or by laziness. Marcus Aurelius wrote that we must rise each morning with firmness, even when the body begs to stay in bed. Caring for one's appearance was the visible expression of that daily victory over inertia. In practical terms, this may mean simple rituals, dressing with discipline even without outside commitments, maintaining upright posture even when no one is watching, training your gaze to remain firm and clear. These habits shape character because they teach the mind that you are capable of commanding the body, not the other way around. The emotional impact is profound. Each act of care reinforces the sense of inner strength. You realize you can transform neglect into discipline, laziness into action, disorder into order. This cycle strengthens the mind and prepares you for greater challenges, because whoever governs the small details of the body also governs the great conflicts of life. So understand, becoming addicted to your appearance is, in truth, becoming addicted to self-mastery. The more discipline you apply to what is visible, the freer you become in what is invisible. For whoever conquers himself will never be defeated by the world. There is a hidden pain in living each day on autopilot, as if every morning were just another meaningless repetition. When we neglect our appearance, the mirror becomes a reminder of apathy, and that slowly drains our energy. The problem is not only looking tired, but feeling defeated before the day even begins. External care at this point is not vanity. It is a ritual that awakens inner strength. Think of your appearance as an altar. Each detail you arrange, the clothes you choose, the posture you assume, the steady look in your eyes, is like lighting a flame that illuminates your identity. This ritual is not for others, but for yourself. The metaphor is clear. Just as a priest prepares for the sacred, you prepare for the battle of life by caring for what you see in the mirror. The Stoics understood the power of daily rituals. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself every morning, preparing his mind for the challenges ahead. This inner care also had an outer reflection. His posture and presence were symbols of firmness. Appearance in this sense was more than aesthetics. It was part of the exercise of living with awareness. In practice, this means transforming care for your appearance into a psychological preparation. Dressing with clarity for a hard day, fixing your posture before an important conversation, breathing deeply in front of the mirror as if declaring, "I am ready." This ritual turns simple gestures into anchors of power. The emotional benefit is immediate. Each time you prepare with awareness, you feel stronger. The day no longer begins in chaos, but in control. Self-confidence rises, not because the world changed, but because you changed the way you step into it. That is the secret. When the mind links appearance to ritual strength, even the greatest challenges seem smaller. So, become addicted to transforming your appearance into ritual, not because you seek applause, but because you seek power. And remember, when every morning becomes a conscious act of preparation, you have already won the first battle of the day before even leaving your house. Taking care of your appearance is not vanity, it is discipline. It is the daily act of proving to yourself that you deserve respect and that your presence reflects the state of your mind. When you organize what is visible, you strengthen what is invisible. This is Stoic wisdom applied, turning even the smallest details into exercises of self-mastery that shape an entire life. The mirror then is no longer an enemy, but an ally. Each morning becomes a ritual of preparation, where you don't just put on clothes, but courage, clarity, and firmness. This is the true victory. Becoming addicted not to external applause, but to your own growth. It is a silent journey, but one that transforms you from the inside out. And now, the choice is yours. Will you keep looking in the mirror as if you were just another ordinary person? Or will you use every reflection as a reminder that you can be a Stoic warrior, firm, disciplined, and unshakable? If this message resonated with you, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share this video. That way you strengthen your own journey and help others awaken to the same transformation.